Dear friends, when you look at the world, when you ponder the state of our country and society, do you ever have the sense that we need to be saved? It is very human to feel a need to be saved when we're overwhelmed by things that are bigger than us. At heart, we're all looking for someone strong enough to rescue us, to relieve us of the burdens of decisions and responsibility. It was the same for the people of Israel who longed for a Messiah, one strong enough to make the nation independent again, a king like David who would win lots of wars, kill all the pagans, and re-establish Israel. On this day, Jesus raises the hopes, and then this week he disappoints their expectations, which is why they kill him. For his kingship is found in a party where he eats and drinks with his friends. It's not about strength. Then, when people are disappointed, they turn on Jesus and crucify him. He knows what's coming, and so he prepares his disciples, the people he loves, by sharing the bread and the wine and saying, "Remember me this way." The truth is that Jesus does save the world, just not in the way expected. He shows us the way out of the hole that we put ourselves in. Consider, the events are stark. Jesus knows what is coming. He sees through the hosannas, which makes more remarkable Christ's refusal to judge and condemn. Father, forgive them. This is central to the reality of Christian faith. We absolutely cannot judge one another, for we are each of us embedded in our own sin, and none of us have clean hands. In this situation, our way forward is clear, and it centers upon the way of forgiveness. This is the way. Forgiveness is not the same as forgetting, nor does it mean not being prudent. It means always keeping open the possibility of reconciliation, and recognizing that any resort to violence always represents a failure. And that violence doesn't have to be explicit. The cutting off of a person from social contact can be just as violent as literally striking them, and it often causes more long-term harm. We as a church are called, first and foremost, to be a community of forgiveness and acceptance. When we are wronged by our neighbour, we are to forgive and to pray and to always, always, always seek reconciliation. To avoid that path of forgiveness is to turn away from the church. It is to turn away from the gospel. It is to become a part of the crowd shouting, "Crucify, crucify." To not offer forgiveness is to put oneself in the place of God, and in the attempt to exercise judgment upon another, it is to bring down that divine judgment upon oneself. For the opposite of forgiveness is vengeance, tit for tat, and the desire for vengeance is profoundly disfiguring in individual lives and within a community. Just look at recent decades in Northern Ireland. Now this involves a transformation of life. To know Christ in the power of his resurrection, this is to know forgiveness, to be forgiven, and therefore to be empowered to forgive in turn. Think of what Christ was like. He was ruthless to those who blocked the truth from those who needed it, but to those who were seeking, he had infinite compassion. He did not come to the righteous, but to sinners, and he did this because of love. For me, the heart of knowing Jesus is to know such love, to understand that the God who made heaven and earth is fully revealed and known through the actions and teachings of Jesus Christ. To know that he laid aside his majesty in order to come to us and heal and save us. To know Jesus is to let that love into our own hearts, to break our stubbornness, to bind up our wounds, to teach us what love actually is. So when we know that love, when we're able to receive it, to be healed by it, and to share it with all whom we meet, that is what it means to know Jesus. That's what I believe it means to let Jesus into our hearts, to be healed and to heal, to be forgiven and to forgive, to allow the Spirit to work through us and to work towards the kingdom of God. It is to live out our baptismal grace, the sign of the resurrection. For the church was founded in the experience of being forgiven, when the disciples who had turned away from Jesus and abandoned him were themselves forgiven by the risen Lord coming amongst them and saying, "Peace be with you." We must be that community of peace, where the wounded can find healing and the weary can find rest. If we focus on that, it is just possible that we will find the strength to be the saving community which is God's intention for us. And may we hold that before us as we enter this most holy week.